you. Hi, Ellie.
Hey, good morning, Patriot family. Thank you for joining Out of Pocket with Allie Michelle. We are so glad that you are here. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and telling all your friends about how amazing Out of Pocket is and how out of pocket you can be.
Stay out of pocket, right? Allie, we are both, there's some distance between us today. It's been that way all week, but still not gonna stop bringing the message to our viewers. We got some fun things to talk about. Apparently there's this Trump, you shared it with me, the Trump IRS lawsuit. It's going to have the left's head spinning. Wait till you hear it.
Everything else, apparently. I mean, it can be literally anything. He can cure cancer and they're going to just explode.
They're going to have a problem with it. Also, Allie, I think it was last week we talked about the Laura Loomer drop of some type of Ebola type virus that was found in Montana. That there's going to be some kind of I guess repercussions for whoever smuggled this thing across the border. But now Secretary Kennedy and others in the health field are saying yes, there's been one case of an Ebola-like virus. It's like it's midterms. I don't know.
It's election season, which means all the viruses now are active and alive and coming for you, so you don't go vote. That's what's happening.
Speaking of voting, we're talking later this hour about maybe a road trip to California, and you would just have to stay tuned for more for that. All right, Allie, you ready?
All right, let's open that mic and stay out of pocket.
Two queens, no filter, say what they feel. Allie and Michelle keep it way too real. Politics, family, yeah, we go there. If it's out of line, we don't care. It's out of pocket. It's out of pocket.
I was actually in a hat store earlier today and I was like, oh, if they only had that like bright blue or the bright yellow, I would have embroidered oop over it. Would you guys want some merch like that? I would love that.
Yeah, let's get some merch. We'll talk about it.
We need to just really hammer this deal in with Patriot gear, official Patriot gear. I think that'd be really cool.
That'd be really cool. It's like we kind of know somebody.
I'm gonna call him right now.
I'm gonna call. Okay, yeah. What time is it on the West Coast where you're at?
Girl, the sun is still outside. I want to be outside.
Okay, I'm the one that's where it's earlier. Okay, yeah.
No, it's late. It's yeah. I mean, well, yeah, it's dark. I guess. Dark. I don't know.
Well, Allie, let's go ahead and get started now. Bear with me, y'all, because obviously when we are on the road like this, I am tech. And that is a scary thing. Let's start with this IRS story. Let me see if I can pull this one up. This was kind of weird. I will go ahead and listen to it, and then we'll get some reaction to it.
Well, a new deal between President Trump and the Justice Department is likely headed for a court challenge. Sources tell ABC News this creates a so-called Truth and Justice Commission to pay alleged victims of government weaponization.
It would be the government that the president runs paying the president. In exchange, the president would drop his $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS. ABC's Allison Kosick has more.
Tonight, President Trump's $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS may soon be dropped, but sources tell ABC News only as part of a deal now raising new and legal political questions. The lawsuit stems from the leak of some of his tax returns in 2019 and 2020 by a government contractor who pled guilty in 2023. And now sources say the president is preparing to drop the $10 billion lawsuit in exchange for the creation of a fund that would compensate his allies who claim they were targeted by the, quote, weaponized Biden Justice Department.
Donald Trump is setting up a $1.7 billion political slush fund for the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers and his other political lieutenants and hangers-on.
ABC News learning the fund would be called the President Donald J. Trump Truth and Justice Commission and funded to the tune of $1.776 billion of taxpayer money. That number, a reference to the nation's founding. Sources say the commission would be under no obligation to disclose the process of awarding any compensation. Trump would not be personally eligible to receive payments, but sources say entities associated with him would be, as would the 1,600 individuals charged in the January 6th Capitol attack that Trump pardoned his first.
All right. So I
She
guess
sounds AI, first of all. Has she been studying how AI talks so that she can sound more AI so they don't replace her eventually? Because that was terrible journalists.
that was terrible journalism. I really did not like that.
It's so bad. It's
Well,
so bad.
so
Would
they're
you try
saying
to
that,
sound like a robot? I mean, that's just wild. But I thank you because
well,
those of us, those are friends of ours that have
yes,
been wrongfully prosecuted, persecuted, and through the weaponization of government through the last
right.
administration have
Yeah.
not seen justice yet. Because, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because the House of Representatives does not have a strong enough backbone or enough
Yeah.
constitutionally conservative folks in office where they
That
can
part.
push forward this.
Yeah.
Or is it the DOJ? Is it, I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, it's not working. And President Trump has come in once again with his tool belt and he has a solution.
Well, and here's the thing, Allie. This could be Trump could easily be awarded whatever portion of the $10 billion he's suing the IRS for them leaking.
And he doesn't want it.
For leaking his tax records. I mean, so sorry. He could do that. He literally could, but instead he's trying to create this less than $2 billion compensation fund. They're saying it's going to have a commission of about 5 members, 4 who would be appointed by the attorney general. And Trump could, or whoever's the executive, can be the one to fire, because we don't want the same thing like we've had at the Federal Reserve, where you can't ever be fired from your job. So I don't understand if you understand that ABC7, right when they first launched this piece, they said that basically it could pay out the president. That is not the case. And then they went on to report that that's not the case. He would not get access to these funds. But like Allie said, people that have been wronged and pursued by the government, what do you do? Because honestly, part of why they weaponize the government is because the weaponization and the process of bankrupting you and I, JQ public, in the middle of this, that is the punishment. It doesn't matter.
Who comes to mind? Matthew Perna comes to mind.
Hmm.
Matthew Perna took his life because he was threatened with terrorism against America. And that was going to be his charge. So there were a lot of people that were just in the vicinity that did not participate in anything that was harmful on that day, that have either committed an act of violence against themselves, to no longer be here on this planet because of that, or have been, have like PTSD or have been traumatized because of the treatment and the weaponization of that situation. So I think that this is something that is definitely needed. Will it bring them back? No. Will it ease some of the pain? No. But like you said, the pain was in the process. It's the punishment was in the process.
The gulags were the painful process.
And these people can't get hired anywhere. They can't get jobs anywhere because they're labeled as what they're labeled as.
Yeah. And here's the thing. You as the American public cannot like what somebody's done. You cannot like a certain group, whether it's the Oath Keepers or the Proud Boys. You cannot like Republicans. You can have an opinion about January 6th. What you're not allowed to do is ignore the fact that now we're up to 26 uniformed or ununiformed, I guess you could say, FBI intelligence people in the mix, dressed as Trump supporters. So there are a lot of questions, more questions than answers at this point. And even if you step outside of course, this one reporting went straight to J6, but you don't really have to do that. You go back to people that have tried to stand up for election integrity and what's happened to some of these people. You think of Rudy Giuliani. Others, that this is coming out now. Of course, get yourself a conspiracy theorist friend so that they can explain what's about to come down the pipe.
1,000 at this point right now.
If we could get that, listen, if I could get that accurate in like the lottery, I'd be buying scratch offs. All I'm saying, I would be.
Girl, the IRS would be probably kicking down your door trying to figure out how you're counting cards and numbers. Like, what app and algorithm are you using? They would do a full court press kind of like investigation into your 70, like 800
And
years ago.
then I could qualify for this fund.
Oh my gosh.
Come at me, bro. Guys, we'll keep it tuned here for more of that. I just love how Trump names everything after him and ties everything to 1776 because it just makes them crazy. Good news on the education front. This coming from the Department of Education Director, Linda McMahon. Obviously, they're kind of dismantling the Department of Education little by little, but listen to what she has to say.
A stat that shows that for every 5 people who are leaving the skilled workforce, only 2 are coming back. So by 2030, we'd be about 2.1 million behind if we don't reinforce this. So this workforce Pell Grant is just it's going to be amazing, I think, to get people back into the workforce, either through reskilling or newly skilled employees. So it's a really good thing.
Interesting. What do you think of that, Allie?
I love this. I think this is a great initiative. One, because if we do not invest in trades in our schools, more of our American jobs will be outsourced to foreign companies.
Yes.
And that would include some of our foreign adversaries. I mean, it's already happened. It is happening still because we have been more focused on social justice and social studies and cultural
gender studies
than we have been on trying to build a community of workforce that is the backbone of America that will continue to thrive and live the American dream. And our youth right now, people my age and younger, cannot afford to purchase their own homes.
Oh yes, absolutely. It's the average age of a home buyer right now is like 48, 49. That's the average age.
That's wild.
Those are the people usually, if you go back like a generation, those were the people that owned their homes.
Right. And sis, it's even harder to like rent an apartment or to rent a home, like a single family home, because we've been taken over by these mortgage companies or these corporations that have bought up hundreds of thousands of homes, and now they're reselling them or renting them out. I can't even. It's hard for
it's like a corporate buyout of all of the properties, the single family homes,
property management. Yes, property management companies.
Right, and one of the things that my ear perked up when she said Pell Grant, because obviously a grant is something you don't pay back. And anybody who's gone to any kind of higher education, higher learning, whether it's associate's degree, bachelor's, whatever, you're used to, typically most people can get qualified for some type of Pell Grant. I think the maximum is up to like $2,000, $2,200 per semester. That's all well and fine, but if you're going for a medical degree or you're going to get a business degree, that's just a very small portion of what that degree is going to cost. But if you're going to a trade school,
it covers almost everything.
It does.
Would cover almost everything. My son is 18, and he is like, Mom, I don't even know if I want to go to college. He's like, I can make more money in a year doing welding than like my friends that are going to college.
He's right.
And he's like, why not just do that and bank and then invest in other avenues or invest in other things, like become like he has a plan. This is what happens when you tell your kids to write a proposal if they want things. It all started with a dang hamster. I tell you, he was like, Mom, I want a hamster. And I'm like, write me a proposal and try and convince me on why you want a hamster. And now this kid at 16 had his own business and like made some pretty good money at 16.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and then he's just with his friends, and it's gone completely off the rails now. And I'm so proud of him, but I'm like, what happened?
But you put them in control of their own future as well. I mean, when they realize that this is their future, they kind of handle it a little bit differently too, Allie. That's great parenting.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I do.
Mom to mom. Yeah, I gotta, like we beat each other. We beat ourselves up sometimes, and no parent is perfect. Everybody wishes they could get a do-over here and there, but
of course. Well, between that and like point of information, and like I'm teaching them what is that?
Robert's rules.
Order as we go about our day. And
Can you see them? Can you see them interrupting their teacher? Point of order.
Point of order. Point of information. Point of clarification. Like it's great. It's lovely. It's like I love it, and their teachers get a kick out of it all the time because like my kids will say stuff and they're like, "That's communist." And the teachers are like, what?
Absolutely.
Like, here, let me explain it to you on why it's communist. Like, they don't just say the thing, they explain the thing. It's crazy.
Explain it. I love it. That's perfect.
Just, government came for my kids, and then I decided to get in the way.
Absolutely. That's what moms do. That's what moms do. Allie, about a year ago on a similar show that we had, open mic, we had talked about and had a whole segment on Mark Cuban, who is he's the owner of the NBA team. Oh my gosh, this escapes my mind, in Texas. Anyway, they'll come back. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Terrible.
NBA, yeah, they're probably woke as hell. Well, they were awful. Actually, what I was saying to him, because he was picking a fight with the Trump administration, saying that Trump only doesn't hire women because he can't handle strong women. And we were like, remember we did that whole we did a video, yeah, about it. Well, and we're thinking, maybe Mark should stick to NBA because his team sucks. But so I was so shocked when Trump mentioned him at this press conference. Guys, take a listen, and then after this, we'll get Mark Cuban's response. Take a listen.
At the TrumpRx.gov should always be your first stop before you go to the pharmacy to pick up your prescription, and you'll certainly be checking on your pharmacy by doing this. And at a minimum, you'll know what you're supposed to be paying. I want to thank the leaders of several major pharmacies and generic drug makers who are partnering with us on this effort, including the co-founder of Cost Plus Drugs, Mark Cuban. Mark, thank you very much. Mark, looking good, Mark. Come here, Mark. We have the same thing, one thing in common. We want to make people better and keep them wealthy, right? Good to be with you. Vice President of Amazon.
Whoa, I did not have that on my 2026 bingo card. I think I said that the other day, and I had a friend look at me and was like, what did you exactly have on your bingo card? I'm like, I don't know, but it wasn't this.
It wasn't this, but there's a lot we didn't have on our bingo card, and it's only been like 3 or 4 months into the year, and we're like, I don't know. Yeah.
That's wild. Really? But you notice how like Mark Cuban didn't stay? Like sometimes they'll stay. Like I really think that he still kind of like has some animosity towards Trump because he's talking stuff about him. But when you are in front of the guy, it's hard for me. Like who said that? Kennedy. I believe it was Secretary Kennedy, or it was either Marco Rubio who said that he couldn't. No, it was Dana White. Dana White said, you may not like President Trump, but I dare you to have dinner with him and get up and not say you don't like him.
Okay, roll clip. Take a look at this. This is Mark Cuban. Is there no sound?
TrumpRx.com. And the reason for that is Republicans want cheaper drugs, independents want cheaper drugs, Democrats want cheaper drugs, and together, I think we're going to do something special. What makes Cost Plus Drugs different is that when you click through TrumpRx to our site, not only will you see a great price, but you'll see our actual cost and that we only mark it up 15%. And what makes this incredible, Mr. President, all the volume and all the people that are going to come from the site, as our volumes go up, our costs go down, which means we'll be ending up charging less to people over a period of time.
So, okay.
Wow.
So
at the end of the day, what you're telling me is money talks, right? That's what you're telling me, Mark Cuban. At the end of the day, money talks, right? Because common sense wins. Common sense policies actually bring the American people together better than just one-sided, like forced down your throat. You don't know who to vote for if you vote for him and you know what I'm saying?
I know. It all of a sudden
is it me? And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be a little out of pocket. Is it me, or does he look less lesbian?
Maybe it's because he's there with Trump, and there's like enough masculinity to pour over, because he did look a little lesbian.
He looked a little feminine, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Look, there are men that are feminine, that are amazing men, and I'm not knocking any of y'all. So stop clipping my stuff and making it out to be something that it's not. Anyway.
What is it Pastor says? He's like, women, like stop beating your men over the head about things because you're not in a lesbian relationship. Like you want, like they're men for men, but I know what you're saying. He gets a little feminine and not so much. Listen, it wasn't even, I could care less about Mark Cuban. My issue is that he took some very big cheap shots, not just at Trump, but at the idea that Trump
was
like strong women
or sexist.
Which, I mean, if you literally, especially during the second administration, I think when he said it was before Trump was reelected in the lead up to the election, because, you know, he was on The View, he was looking to make headlines.
Yeah.
But so now to see, okay, so now he's not so bad because your business is getting a lift from this. Or possibly it's one of those things where it's the one topic you both agree on. I mean, we've had that before where it's like, if there's one thing we can agree on, it's maybe lower prescription drug costs. And
and that's fine. And that's fine. At the end of the day, if it benefits Americans and it benefits America as a whole and American interests that will benefit Americans in America, then I'm good with it. You can think how you want about every other policy, but if this is your lane and this is where you are, then good. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for being a part of making America great again by lowering the cost of prescription drugs. We appreciate your collaboration on this. Thank you so much, Mark Cuban. Now, please go have a seat.
Yes. And get his basketball team still sucks. So.
But at the end of the day, it's still leadership, right? He is a businessman. I have so much respect for President Trump because of how he shows up and how he's able to bring people to the table that otherwise would not come to the table. When it
this is the thing, Allie,
and it benefits everyone, it's better for America.
That is 100% true. And what he's actually become is this unifier, which who had that on their 2016 bingo card.
It makes everybody so mad. It makes the left infuriating. They are infuriated. The fact that he's able to bring people together and unite Americans under one big giant red tent.
Yeah. Red tent. The same
red, white, and blue tent.
The same red tent that you should be looking for at your midterms, because that's usually the Republican Party, letting you know who the conservatives are. We're going to get to that later in the hour because there's been some shifts in the Senate primary elections. So we'll get to that later. But can we just, before, I know we're going to go to commercial break here in a bit, but I
mean, did y'all see that Massey lost his race?
We're getting there. We're getting there. Allie, this is something to celebrate. Let's take a listen here. Take a look. Sorry, it's not a video. This is according to David Harris Jr. So the House Oversight Committee has formally referred the one and only Ilhan Omar to House Ethics Committee for review. Allie, she had, I mean, what happened to her, what happened to her finances? When you run for office, let alone when you're elected to office, let alone when you're elected to a national office, you know, something, you know, where you're serving federally, your finances are under huge scrutiny and it's part of public information. So she claimed a household net worth of about 30 million when she filed her filings earlier this year. Then there was some discrepancies. Some people were asking questions. She said, oops, it was an accounting error. Her net worth went down to 100,000. And they're showing now this winery, this vineyard that is non-existent. You go to the address, it's like a parking lot. What is going on here?
Well, wasn't President Trump indicted based on a clerical error when it came to taxes and financial disclosures? But this clerical error is not worth that. It's not worth an impeachment. It's not worth her being brought up for expulsion. It's not worth her being brought up for censorship. It's not worth any of that. Where is
this is not even touching on some of the fraud they're alleging for citizenship by marrying her brother and lying on documents to get here. I mean, my only issue with this, Allie, is that the ethics committee is like the place where things go to die. I don't know. I don't know how long this takes in the ethics committee. I don't know.
This should be top priority, in my opinion.
How are they able to charge Trump for something much smaller than this, and actually get a mugshot, get him hauled off to in front of a judge? But we're just referring to the ethics. I mean, I understand it's a step, but does this tie in, Allie, to that old saying that, like, I get, like, when they're serving in office, they're really untouchable to some degree? Do you think that's part of it?
What I really think it depends on. I mean, maybe, I don't know, because we've seen George Santos get served, get 7 years. He didn't serve all 7 because he was pardoned by the president.
Yeah.
But right, so to be served or to be given 7 years for election financial election
Right.
fraud, in a way, while she's defrauded the American people by lying, marrying her husband, lying on documents, right? Marrying her husband, marrying her brother to get here illegally, right? Aren't we supposed to be kicking out illegals? Like, this is a huge violation of trust in the American people. This is derelict of duty for her office that she is currently sitting in. I don't understand why there is a bottleneck or a hold on this when we have clearly seen the attacks on Republicans, especially Republicans who have the most conservative record in Congress, being attacked by allegations and being referred to the ethics committee by allegations. And every time something comes up, this person proves that this is not accurate. These statements are not true. This is not what actually happened. He has documents to prove it. He has proven his case several times. He has entered the stuff into the congressional record. There's nothing that proves that these allegations are actually true. And yet he was still being, held under investigation by the ethics committee. But it doesn't seem like, and he's still getting flack for it. But this right here, where there is proof that she has violated oath of office, that she is derelict of duty, that she has lied to the American people, that she has defrauded the American people, and yet she still has been just left untouched.
Well, and this isn't even, wait till they peel back the onion of what's taken place in Minnesota and in her district with the Leary centers.
Exactly.
There's so much. I don't see how she holds on to staying in office. I will see what happens. I mean, I guess at least we're giving them ample time to have, to have almost a fair shot here. We didn't give Trump that. We did not give Trump the same due process, but
in that, I think, is what is so frustrating about this whole thing, is that it really does look like a 2-tier justice system.
It is.
And we're supposed to be all equal under the law, equal. You know what I'm saying? So, like, at this point, they're just words.
Tell that to Fauci and Hillary with their whitewashed laptops and hard drives. That's just, it's so sick. Guys, we have so much to get to in the second half of the show. We're going to talk about a potential California road trip, and I wouldn't go to California for just anything. You have to wait till you find out why. It's kind of a pretty good idea. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Out of Pocket Live with Allie and Michelle after this short word.
From the heart of Marietta, Georgia, comes a tribute to the spirit of liberty. Liberty Cigars, where history meets craftsmanship. Each cigar tells a story. The Founders Collection honors the visionaries who shaped a nation. The President's House Collection celebrates the leaders who steered it. And the Naval Series salutes the heroes who defended it. Handcrafted with precision, each blend mirrors the essence of its namesake. From the boldness of George Washington to the elegance of Thomas Jefferson. Indulge in a moment of reflection. Light a Liberty cigar and savor the legacy. Discover your story at libertycigars.com, because every great nation deserves a great cigar. Liberty Cigars, smoke the history. And don't forget to use promo code OPENMIC for 10% off your order.
All right, guys, welcome back to Out of Pocket Live with Allie and Michelle. Of course, it looks a little different. Allie and I are not in studio today, but we always want to make sure we're still available to y'all to talk about some of the headlines. Allie, I had some things pulled up for this next story, but I realized that you actually you weren't far from where this happened.
No.
It's the Islamic Center, the mosque, the shooting that took place the other day.
Yes. very interesting. I was not very far from there. I was in the OAN studio yesterday, which was amazing. Great time. Got to see my friends, Dan and Peyton, his wife, just lovely. Unfortunately, I did not get to see Matt Gaetz. He showed up after I left, so I was kind of a little because I love Matt Gaetz. He's great. So yeah, no, but it was lovely to see the studio, to be in studio. On my friend's show, David Pollock Prime Time. Guys, don't miss an episode. He is on fire, right? You can download it. You can go to YouTube. You can watch it. Like, please, 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 because it's a good show. I mean, Maha Mondays are amazing with Liberty Valkyrie. She's great. She's great. And then you have I'm Fired Up, Chad Caton, which is awesome. Oh, it's amazing. But yeah, so it did occur. We were actually there when we started getting alerts, and they were like, we need to go figure out what this is all about. So it was really cool to watch them kind of do what we do.
Yeah, but to be so close to where it's taking place. So I liken this to when they
like everybody was cool, level-headed, like, okay, what is this? And we're not going to draw conclusions until we have actual evidence and information. So
right. Well, and I liken this to when I mean, here, even in Orlando, I remember I was in Orlando, lived outside of Orlando for just a short time. And when they had the Pulse nightclub shooting, and it's different when you know it's bad no matter when, but when you're right around the corner from it, you're kind of, it touches your neighborhood. So we don't know much about the mosque shooting. What we do know is that 2 teenage gunmen did fatally shoot 2 staff members, a security guard. Of course, this is at the Islamic Center of San Diego. Initial reports, Allie, were obviously pointing towards white MAGA extremists, I guess you could say, because we get framed for everything. But well, even though we're not white, but we're white. I'm white adjacent. But what we found out, and what's kind of being reported now, and I'm not going to show their pictures because we're not going to do that, but that potentially, allegedly, these 2 youngsters might be a little more disturbed than we knew about, struggling with some things, some identity issues, which puts them right up there with a lot of other situations that have happened in these mass shootings. So it's just sad all the way around.
So sad.
Very sad. So obviously everybody, same faith or not, you're in our thoughts and prayers for
sure
some type of healing. There were early reports I was reading from the ABC affiliate out there saying that a security guard had rushed to try to secure an inner perimeter door. So I don't know if there was an exterior door that was left open, unlocked, and then trying to harden it after the fact. California is one of those states, y'all, that they do not believe in hardening anything except, I don't know, lining their wallets. That's all they do when you're elected to office there in California. They don't fill their reservoirs with water. And apparently, I don't know, allegedly they're talking about this. This is going to have to increase the discussion of how they're going to harden schools and worship centers out there in California, in my opinion.
Right. I mean, because it's a Democrat run state. And San Diego is a Democrat run city, town, right? County.
Yeah.
So they're soft on crime.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I said this on David's show. They're soft on crime. So what do you do in these situations, especially when they're young? They're young children. They're children that had access to weaponry that was, I believe, one of them was a parent's weapon. Oh, yeah. So will the parent be charged because of this? Or at what point are we going to take a look at the mental health crisis that we have that has been created by lockdowns, right? By masking because of less oxygen to your cells and to your brain, right? By medications and over medicating, right? By ideology. When are we going to address these things? Because we have a sickness here in America with these young folks.
I'm actually glad you said something about that, because I'm reading right now some reports that came from the San Diego Police Department. They actually had gotten a 911 call of the mother of one of these perpetrators. According to San Diego Police Department, The mother called in stating her son was missing, was suicidal, and was last seen wearing camouflage. And she had explained that some of the, guns were missing. So, I mean, this is.
Oh, the ache in that mama's heart. Oh, my heart goes out to her.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, like it doesn't matter what political affiliation you are on.
Yeah.
These are tragic situations, regardless of what religion you are, what color skin you are, what political affiliation you are, what socioeconomic background you have. It is disheartening. And I mean, as a mom.
Well, I'll tell you, they say 3 seconds. 3 seconds in anybody's frame of mind can change the rest of their life. So we will keep you guys updated on this. Keep those families in your prayers, and honestly, keep praying for each one of you out there. Keep praying for your family, because we are in dark times right now, and our young people, they see it, they feel it, they sense it. There's an attack. There is a good and evil, and I think we're seeing that play out more and more in our culture and in our community. So we'll keep you posted on that. I do want to shift to just, I don't know, I guess it's a little bit of good news. You alluded to it earlier, Allie, that there might be some people that aren't coming back to Capitol Hill. And possibly for a very, very good reason. We've had some primaries taking place throughout the country for some of our Senate seats. Take a listen to this just a bit ago.
We're just learning that Andy Barr has won the Republican nomination for the U.S. Senate in Kentucky. That is official. It was a blowout against Mr. Cameron.
Wow.
So, the question here, I think, Andy, for Mark, of course, for a lot of us is we're just learning.
They just stopped it. Okay. So it wasn't the best soundbite, but so that means Mitch McConnell's not coming back, Allie.
So can we finally get the Save America Act passed, John Thune? Like, seriously.
Good Lord. But you said also Massey, right? Massey lost his primary as well.
Massey lost his primary.
That's interesting. I think I saw a list here, Allie, of who put that up. It was Benny Johnson. Let me see if I can pull this up. We just love Benny Johnson. This was posted. If you could see, this is, can you imagine the next Congress will not have Al Green,
Jasmine Crockett, Dan Crenshaw, Eric Swalwell, Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi, Don Bacon, Jerry Nadler, and Bill Cassidy.
Can we tell the story briefly, Allie, of when we were walking the halls of Congress and Al Green? He walked by us, he saw you, and he was just like,
he smiled and nodded and and it wasn't just him. I think it was Rashida
Tlaib.
She walked by and smiled and winked and nodded her head, and I'm like, just because I am brown skinned does not mean I am a Democrat, y'all. I am here. Oh boy.
I think they were like, she's coming to see us. And
then we walk by and we walk by some of their offices and we're talking because we're not very quiet. We are.
I don't think anybody would call us quiet. We would never be called quiet.
But we're talking about just Republican, I don't know, American things, how freedom and Charlie, and we just talk. And so we'll walk by and you see some of the staffers, because the doors are open, and they just snicker as they walk by us, or their eyes are just weird. I can't believe they just said that as they walk by. It's interesting. Walking the halls of Congress are very interesting. I love it though, because it's just fun. I'm always in awe when I'm there.
It's fun. It's like you're taking part in
our governance,
and to see the history there, Allie, this whole year has been just kind of historic. Seeing, America 250 play out, it's just, what better time to be alive? Really, we have it in our grasp to do something about this.
Yeah, make it worth the moment. You have to make it worth the moment. We are celebrating the 250th year of our independence, and we have to make it worthy of the moment. We just really do. And I don't understand why we have a bottleneck in the Senate. I really don't. And it drives crazy.
maybe some of this helps, and let's hope that we can hold on to the House and, keep
or increase. That would be lovely.
Increase the House.
There's been a lot of redistricting going on, and I'm hopeful that there will be some fresh Republican blood in the House of Representatives.
Hey, we need it. We need it. And then we need to continue it throughout the rest of the country. Stay tuned.
Absolutely.
We've got a lot more coming from that. Allie, Florida's own Laura Loomer was on the ball when she talked about in her show. We showed it last week. Something coming out of like the mountains in Montana, where Secretary Kennedy himself.
Someone smuggled a monkey? Was that what that was?
Well, Secretary Kennedy himself said that, sounds like a bad Hollywood movie, but said that there will be charges coming for somebody that has smugged an Ebola-like virus, smuggled it into our country. So I wasn't as shocked when I saw this coming out. Let's take a look at this press conference. I think it's lengthy. We might not listen to it all, but let's take a listen. Let's get
a little bit louder. Oh, sorry.
The Department of State, the CDC, the Department of War, everyone is fully involved in tracking. Today, we do have an announced today at the press briefing. There is an American that is symptomatic and has tested positive for it's the Bundibuja virus, a strain of Ebola. That American, as well as 6 other high-risk contacts, are going to be taken out of that region and taken to Germany. We want to thank our German counterparts. That is an internationally recognized location for viral hemorrhagic fever treatments. So we're very grateful that they would take them. It's a significantly shorter flight time for Americans to receive treatment there in Germany. For all other Americans, we have issued travel warnings. We have instituted just today entry restrictions for non-U.S. citizens that have been in the region in the past 21 days. So in Uganda, Democratic Republic of Congo, and South Sudan. So very serious measures that have been taken. We are working to communicate very frequently with everyone. Your question was, should Americans be worried? Right now, there are no cases of Ebola in America. We want to keep it that way, and we are doing everything we can to support Americans in the region. Thank you.
Okay. Hold on. There's no cases in America.
Right.
But they were in
one American. So it's an American has been diagnosed with the Ebola-like virus, but they were not I guess they're not in America because he's been traveled to Germany because it's a shorter distance. So he must have been in the region where this virus was. I'm not sure if it was Montana, because then she would have said America, right?
I'm not like,
words are important.
Listen, it's like when you've been
Let's not freak
wronged.
out.
It's like when you've been wronged in the past.
I know.
In like relationships or something, and you're like,
PTSD.
it's not that I'm not buying it, because I love some of the people up there on the stage, but I just think on the heels of what Loomer was reporting, and she got some confirmation from Secretary Kennedy, and now we're hearing this. What we want to say is don't be alarmed, but look, movies have been made out of this stuff. Like,
okay, but like, do you guys remember, like, I believe Barack Obama was president and there was an Ebola case at Bethesda Hospital?
Oh my gosh, I don't remember
Yes.
that.
There was, yes.
Where was I?
Yeah. And I know because I lived in the area. And I was pregnant at the time and had my OB appointment at Bethesda Hospital.
Oh, so it really stood out. No wonder why it stood out to you.
Close.
You're like,
it was close, and like, we're not worried about it. Why? Because like they had everything that they needed to have. They had all of the security protocols, they had all of the medical protocols in place at the Bethesda Hospital, because that's the president's hospital, right? It was a big thing because I think it was during midterms. Again, it's midterms. Like every time there's midterms or an election, there's some kind of riots that take place. There's some kind of cultural uprising. There's some kind of medical like disaster. It's something. It's always something. So just maybe talk to a therapist. Listen to some waves crashing in your ear.
Allie,
Listen to some music.
We saw this and it was like, oh my gosh.
Pulsating to help your vagus nerve.
This is why Allie says we can't doing this anymore.
Hanta Manata
doing this.
Hanta Manata doing this again.
Do you see the hazmat gear? And then do you see production?
That was literally COVID.
Fuck off.
That is not us, y'all. That is him saying that. But he's saying we ain't doing this. I didn't mean to unmute it right at those words. I'm sorry.
Oh, that is funny. That was hilarious. Very out of pocket. He is out of pocket for the week. For the week, because I don't know if anybody else will come out. Maybe President Trump, because he is the most out of pocket president we've ever had, and I love it. It is amazing.
But that's crazy to see. This is the second video I've seen. There's another video where they're like taking people off of a flight, and they're all like in this hazmat suits, and then somebody just walks by. It's like
right, like this is literally COVID. Like
in Hollywood, they call this continuity, making sure that if the cup is set on the table this way, that when they do scene 2, it's not set this way. Like it's continuity, y'all. Like, like, come on, Hollywood.
It's a meet cute. But then those of us that understand like how some of this works, we'll point it out. It's like veterans watching a movie about military or about war, and we're like, they're not holding the weapon right.
And you're counting how many rounds are in the
right. You're like, nope, that was way too many. Or like, how are you out already? Like you still got like 3 left. Like, or like you're dressed.
It's not fun to watch with you. I know.
Like the patches are wrong, and you're just like, wait, what? How are we doing this? This isn't working. It's weird. It's the same. And then if you're like in movies and you do like production and things like that, you're like, wait, that cup was not there like 3 seconds ago. Like, what are we doing?
There's somebody's job on every set.
Yep.
To go through and
someone dropped the ball, you guys. But this is why these are important, right? Like this is why. I mean, even yesterday we had Blaze, our CFO, Blaze Ingoglio, which he is an amazing CFO of Florida. Dojing and finding out all of the waste, fraud, theft, and abuse. It's amazing of money, taxpayer dollars. But and he's just telling everyone because we're in wildfire season in Florida. So he's like, record everything. And that's journalism. Record everything, literally.
See something, say something, right?
Well, be careful, because in Florida, we're a 2-party consent state. So don't record somebody that you should not be recording, and that includes in your house.
There are certain assumptions of privacy. We'll just put a pin in that there. Allie, that's absolutely correct. So I know you are on the West Coast right now, which I understand is a huge time difference. So thank you for still getting up and
of course
and part of this. But maybe, I mean, I've been to LA.
Like the sun is, I'm up before Jesus. I was going to say I'm up before Jesus and the Mexicans.
This Mexican's up, so you can't say that.
I'm Latina, so I can say something like that.
Hear me out. The quickest way to get voter ID passed is if we all threaten to travel and vote for Spencer Pratt in the LA mayor election and continue to vote for Republicans in blue states where they
I'm here.
Show ID.
I might be back to vote for Spencer Pratt.
Listen, we've shown the internal videos from within some of the polling locations during the 2024 election, presidential election, where people are going into certain areas of California trying to give their ID. The polling locations are saying, we cannot look at your ID. We're just asking, is this your name? It might be, it might not. I mean, he played the part really good, this guy. So they really do not check. They don't check ID for your elections. So what's to stop a large portion of the nation from going to California to Los Angeles to vote?
To shining sea, to go vote, from hills to the mountaintops, to go vote for Spencer Pratt to be governor or mayor.
I bet we'd see it. We'd see some kind of SAVE Act passed.
I bet there would be some voter ID restriction, not restrictions, but implementation in California if there were. See, but then that's crazy, because then they would prosecute everybody that traveled here. So it's tongue
in cheek, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that I understood his point. Like, you want to watch them move, you want to watch them get the deficit under control, tie their paycheck to whether or not they can balance the budget. It'll never happen. But do you see, this is the conjecture for the American people because we're sick and tired of these games.
Honestly, it's the same with AG Pirro, where she's like, we need to start charging parents for children that go out past curfew and for children that are misbehaving and get into these like teen night brawls. Well, first of all, they're teens. So you are under your parents' discretion until you turn 18, which honestly, I feel like it should be 21 because you can't fully function and make proper decisions until you're 23, 24 anyway, because your prefrontal cortex, your frontal lobe
developed. And it could go later than that, Ellie.
Right. So I'm just like, how? You can go fight for your country at 18 and make better decisions. Maybe that should just be something that we do. I mean, Israel does it. Why can't we do it here? I'm just saying. Just saying.
That's the messenger. Just saying.
But it's a deterrent, right? And I think that's the point. That's the point. The point is to be a deterrent. So if you really want...
And if some of these states like California cannot have common sense voter ID laws, let's, for the love of all things... red, white, and blue, let's get the Save America Act passed.
And I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face. Guys, if you go to my X page, you can read the article I wrote, and I keep posting it almost every week I post it, every couple of days I repost it, because it's a good article. I wrote it, and I'm like, why? First of all, we have Mitch McConnell's staffer who is not putting it on to the docket to get voted for. Then you have Leader Thune, who is not advocating for this to come to the floor for a vote. Yes. And then you have John Barrasso, who is the whip, who is not doing his job. Like, why? Right. He's not whipping the votes. He's not trying to even have the conversation with anyone in the Senate. It is ridiculous that the Senate is being a bottleneck for what one is the most important legislation of America is election integrity. We have to pass the SAVE Act. A nation that cannot secure its elections cannot long-term secure its sovereignty. It won't happen.
And Allie, what better way would it have been for us to celebrate America 250 than to solidify what the intention was in our Constitution anyway? The fact that we have to do this it's mind-numbing to think that we're here. But
no one's really talking about it anymore. I mean, I love Scott as presser, and I'm thankful that he's taken the ball and he's running with it. But we have to continue to apply our political pressure.
Yes, well, and the main message too is to nuke that filibuster, because you guys, you cannot think for once that the left would not do it if they had full control of both. If we, it's how we're going to get something done. So keep it here, guys, on Out of Pocket Live with Allie and Michelle. Of course, that's it for us here today. But we want to thank you guys for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. You'll be back on Eastern time, so it won't be quite. Allie, when you travel from West Coast to East Coast, ma'am, it feels like you lose a day. I'm just going to let you know.
Girl, and then I have to travel again. Like y'all, I need travel mercy prayers, and I need just prayers that things go great on Thursday. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes, we'll be praying for you on Thursday, ma'am. Thank you, guys. All right, guys. We love you. See you next time.
Stay out of pocket.
Two queens, no filter. Say what they feel. Allie and Michelle keep it way too real.